Hi guys, today's class will be primarily on a reformer. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, for this next guys, we're working our pullover crunches with our knee raises in our 100th position. I'm gonna work my pullovers. Working my pullovers, I'm lifting my head into a crunch. Just this way. Nice and steady. I'm allowing my head to rest at the back, keeping the arms soft straight the whole time. I'm not hitting the bottom of the carriage. I'm working within the reformer range. And you can see from here, I've got my head raised and I'm protecting my back. My hands are in my 100th position and they're not moving. Let's go. Good, so we're working the pullover, but we're lifting the head up and adding a crunch to it. Perfect, just like that. Just keep it a nice steady technique. That's it. Let's keep working through. Now you guys can see as Josh is pulling this one through, he's really accenting that lift and really squeezing the abs. Perfect, just like that. We've got 10 seconds to go. Now we're gonna hold up our 100th position. So let's hold, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring our knees straight to the chest. So let's go straight to the chest and straight out. Back to the chest, you gotta hold that position. Hold those arms nice and strong, just like that. Let's see if we can pull it right through to the chest and out. Now if you're finding this technique really difficult to push out, you can start to push at a little bit of a higher angle. That's going to make life a little bit easier and it's going to take a little bit of the pressure off your back as well. Good. What I'm going to get you to do, I'm going to make a little correction here. So if you guys are doing this, I want you to actually lift your head. Now it's really emphasizing on the abdominals. And let's change. Good technique. Let's keep going. We've got about 15 seconds to go on this one. Okay, you guys ready to go back to that knee raise one last time? Let's get into your 100s and go from here. Good job, we've got 30 seconds left. Keep fighting it. It's really hard the second time round. You're going to be inclined to break your form, but we're not going to do it. We're going to keep it going. Perfect, just like that, Marilyn. Controlled breathing and happy thoughts. That's what it's going to take. 3, 2, 1, and rest. For this exercise, we're going to work our 100s and we're going to combine it with our super crunch. Lying position and using our hard cables. I want you guys to watch me. So I'm going to get set. I'm going to go straight into my 100s from here. So my legs are nice and straight and I'm just fluttering, just like that. You can see I'm holding up my legs nice and straight and just working with my arms. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to combine it with my super crunches. At this point, my feet can just rest on the carriage. I'm going to bring my hands across to my chest. I'm going to work from here. So this is just like a crunch you do at home, except it's got about 30% of your body weight on it. Just pushing through. Tense. And pick it back up. We're going to change over, 45 seconds per exercise, and we're going to repeat. Your turn. Okay, we're going to work our 100s first, guys. So let's set up. Let's hold those arms right out. We're going to get those legs right up. Perfect. If you go a little bit higher than that, there you go. That's going to make life easier. Let's work our flutters from here, working those hundreds. Push them right through. You've got to get that tension in your stomach. How we doing, guys?
Good.
Let's keep working. You're doing well. We've got about 20 seconds to go. Let's work through. Hold your position. Good job. We're going to try and keep those legs nice and straight as long as we can. And you guys can see those flutters are not touching anything. 3, 2, 1. Rest your legs. Put your hands across your chest. We're going to work our super crunches from here. Go. So you can see the head's resting as it comes down, and then we're going to look straight up and we're going to work those crunches. Keep working, you're doing a good job. You've got 20 seconds to go. Let's keep pushing. Yes. Squeeze right through. 3, 2, 1, and change back. Let's go now. Straight into those hundreds. Good. Now, if you're getting to that point where you think you can't hold a straight leg anymore, what we can do is we can switch it up, go into a tabletop position. We can work from there. It's a little bit easier. If you can hold it straight, let's try to hold it straight. Keep working. 15 seconds to go. You're doing really well. Hold it right up. It's a tough exercise, guys. 3, 2, 1, and change to your super crunches. Feet back on the carriage, and let's go from there. You want to make sure you're keeping those arms nice and still across your chest. There's no movement in the arms. If you keep it pressed up against your chest, it takes the pressure off your elbows. Good job, keep squeezing. We've got around 20 seconds left. You can see the shoulder blades are coming right off, and we're keeping the back pressed right into the board. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so for this next exercise, we're using our reformer. We're going to hang on to those soft cables. What I want to do from here is I'm going to sit down. I'm going to wear my sleeves and clasp my hands together. I'm going to work my oblique tilts with my pulse crunches. So, best way to do this is to wrap your legs right around your push board just like that, and I'm going to work straight to the side and out, straight to the other side and rest. I'm using that little rest down the middle to get myself together for the next repetition, just like that. What I'm going to do with the next exercise is I'm going to switch to a pulse crunch. So it's a basic crunch with a pulse at the top and back. I'm resting here. Go, pulse, and back, just like that. 45 seconds per exercise, and repeat. Okay, let's go into those oblique tilts, guys. Go. Good. So lateral movement, just trying to get those elbows to your hip bone. Perfect. You guys can see two different footings. So David's got his legs around the push board, and it's going to keep him right up against it, and he's getting full leverage that way. And what we're doing on this side with Marilyn, she's got her legs by the side. It's a little bit less tension, and it's going to make life a little bit easier. So what I'd like you guys to do is start off training like David if you can. When you start to tire, you can switch to this position here. Keep working. We've got 5 seconds to go. And switch to your pulse crunches. Go. So up, pulse, rest your head. Up, pulse, rest your head. Keep it nice and steady, so don't yank at your neck. Just like that. Good. Up, pulse and down. Allow your head to rest before you go to the next repetition. Hands back, good. Let's keep them going. We're doing really well, guys. Squeeze, use your breathing to help you. Breathe out, breathe out, breathe in. Yes, breathe out, breathe in. And change to your oblique tilts, go. Good. Well done, just like that. Try and keep the range as full as you can. We've got 20 seconds to go, keep pushing. Squeeze, rest, squeeze, rest. Squeeze, rest, just like that. Ten seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Changing to the pulse crunches one last time. Go. Good. That extra pulse that you're putting in is keeping that pressure central, straight in the middle of your abs. Good. 20 seconds to go. Keep pushing it, keep fighting it. Good job, keep the pace, we don't want to slow down. 10 seconds to go and we're going to go into a rest after that. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, for this exercise we're on the Reformer, we're using our soft cables this time. What we'll do is we're going to work our hundreds from a tabletop position and we're going to work through some X crunches as well. I want you guys to watch me. So feet in tabletop position, I'm going to work my hundreds from here nice and steady. Just nice, steady flutters. What I'll do to complement this exercise, so I'm going to put my feet on the push board. I'm going to wear these like sleeves, just like that. I'm going to clasp my hands together and put them on the back of my head, just like that. So from here, I'm going to crunch. I'm going to try and connect my knee with my opposite elbow, just like that. You can see I'm resting. As I go back, my head rests on the board and we're switching them up, getting that twist, working the obliques and working the serratus muscle as well. We're going to do it for 45 seconds and then from here, we're going to switch back straight to our hundreds. We're going to work the hundreds from that tabletop position one more time. Ready, you guys? Let's do it. Okay, so let's work those hundreds from here, guys. Good, we're maintaining the tabletop position, perfect. I should be able to rest my coffee cup right there. Work from there. Good job, you can see the heads are up, so we're protecting the back and we're focusing on the abdominals for this exercise. Keep working, we've got about 20 seconds left before we change over to our X crunches. Good job, you guys, you're holding form very well. We've got 10 more seconds to go. Good, squeeze, squeeze. And change over, so let's wear those sleeves. Clasp your fingers together behind the back of your head and feet on the tabletop, let's work from there, go. Perfect. And see if you can get the elbow and the knee to connect together. There you go, just like that. Working right through. Now if you were to slide slightly lower on your carriage, you can actually get your head to rest as you go back. This is going to be a lot more comfortable. Keep going through it, work through it, that's it. Now do you want to slide down a little bit from this one, from this position, Sarah? Go. There you go, let's go. Keep working and change back straight into your hundreds. Let's go. Good, pick it up. Shoulder blades are off the board. Straight arms by your side. You're doing really well. Keep working. Got around 20 seconds to go. So you guys can see perfect form with those tabletops. Shoulder blades are right off the board. Arms are by your side so they're not resting on anything. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's change back to those X crunches. So you want to try and make that change as quickly as you can. Put your hands behind your head. Let's work through there. Go. Yes, touch and go. Keep working. We've got about 20 seconds to go, guys. Push them through, squeeze, use those shoulders, create those angles. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1, you can rest. Okay, for this next exercise, we're going to use our reformer in a seated position and using our soft cables. We're going to work the abdominals and we're going to work the obliques as well. I'm going to show you how. So from here, I'm going to sit nice and comfortably, nice and straight. My hands are resting on my chest. Now I want to make sure that I'm not using my hands and creating pressure on my elbows. I just want to keep these nicely rested. And from here, I'm just going to work through, work a full crunch. I'm going to go as far as I can go, but I'm going to keep my back nice and straight throughout this technique. What I'm going to do is I'm going to couple this one with an oblique tilt. So from here, I'm just going to tilt to the side and come back. Other side, reset each time before your next repetition. There, creating a small letter C, just working those oblique tilts nice and clean, just like that. Your turn. Okay, let's start with those seated full crunches, guys. Good, let's see if we can push a little bit further down. Perfect. Nice, steady movement. As you come back, you're using your lower back to keep you in place. There you go. You're holding yourself up. So we're using your abdominals, but we're using the lumbar region as well, strengthening both sides at the same time. Ten seconds to go. You guys are doing really well. Perfect form, both of you. 3, 2, 1, change to those oblique tilts, go. Now, important thing with this one is make sure you're not slouching back. You notice Sarah's holding a perfectly straight line, so we're gonna make sure we're gonna keep that line the whole time. So your back's tense, your abs are tense, you're now really starting to tweak those obliques. Good job, you guys. 20 seconds to go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight back into those crunches. Go. Now you guys can see the girls have got their hands pressed up right against their chest. So there's no pressure on the elbows and your arms aren't doing anything. They're just there to hold the cables in place. Keep working, you're doing an excellent job. We've only got around 15 seconds to go. Three, 2, 1, change to your oblique tilts, go. Thirty seconds to go. Keep squeezing. Now you notice there's no twisting action. We're keeping that body and just tilting across. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, using our reformer for this next exercise, we're going to work our hips raise. We're going to combine it with our butterfly knees. I want you guys to watch me. So feet on top of the push board, holding onto my handles or the side of the reformer if your carriage doesn't have handles on it. So from here, we're going to lift straight up, hit that straight line and drive it back down. Get my tailbone to the board and keep working, just like that. What we'll do with the second exercise is we're going to stay right up, we're going to work those butterfly knees. Now as you start to get tired with this one, your hips will want to drop, but you're not going to allow it to drop. You're going to keep it up there, we're going to keep working these nice and steady. 45 seconds per exercise, your turn. All right, the guys are demonstrating this one. So right up all the way, down, touch the board, lift straight back up. Good. Let's keep working through those. Drive them through. Try and keep the feet and knees together if we can. Keep pushing, we're halfway. Squeeze, hit that line before you drop it. Ten seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. We're going to hold those hips up. We're going to work those butterfly knees from here. So all you've got to think about is closing the knees. They're going to open by themselves. You're going to try and keep closing them, and you've got to try and maintain your hip. Don't let your hip drop. As you get tired, your hips will want to drop. But we're not going to let it. We're going to keep it up. We're going to keep the glutes strong. We're going to keep the lower back, lumbar back nice and strong, and hold it in place. We've got 20 seconds to go. Keep going. Work those flutters. They don't need to be too wide. Just keep them narrow and keep working. 15 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Let's go straight back into the hip raise. Good. Make sure you're hitting those lines. You've got to make sure shoulder to your knee. Drop it down and lift. Perfect. Keep working. We've got around 20 seconds left. Down and lift. Let's get 3 more in. Good, and we're going to change over to those butterfly knees one last time. It's getting really difficult now, but you're going to keep it up there. Let's keep working. Go. Good, we just want to make sure we're holding that straight line. Perfect. Good, work it from there, David. Keep hitting it. Get those knees to touch. Get those knees to touch. 25 seconds left. Keep working. So you can see as people start to tire, they have that tendency to drop the hip. We're going to keep it up. We've only got around 10 seconds left. Keep pushing. Give me everything you've got. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Using my reformer for this next exercise, I want you guys to watch me. I'm going to go straight into a plank. Now the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to make a triangle with my elbows and my hand. Nice sturdy like that. I'm going to lift from the top and I'm going to hold my plank in place just like that. Now you want to make sure if your bum's lifted, you're not really doing anything there. And if it's too far down, there's too much pressure on your lower back. So you want to try and keep it nice and still. I'm going to keep that position. And then what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to go into my 4-point position. Just like that. And from here, we're going to work our lateral knee raises, just like that. Now what I like to do with this one is I like to keep my ankles in check. There's 2 ways of doing this exercise. I'm not going to do it this way. I'm gonna do it with my ankle in check, and so I'm really working the outer quadrant of my glutes. Your turn. Let's hit that plank, guys. Let's go. Good, now you can see David's got his legs at just about shoulder width, slightly apart. It's okay to do it that way. If you want to keep your feet together, that's fine too. I'm going to make a small adjustment for you, Sarah. I'm going to actually lift your foot and bring it slightly higher. There you go. Does that feel more stable now? Perfect. And we're holding the perfect line. Let's maintain that. We've got 15 seconds to go. Keep holding. If you start to shake like David's shaking, it's not a problem. You're doing it right. It's hitting all the right spots. 10 seconds to go. Keep holding. 5 more seconds. 2, 1. Drop it down. Let's go straight into our 4-point position. And work this side. Perfect. Go. So from here, your knees are coming laterally, straight at me, 90 degrees. Perfect. Good job, you guys. You're going to start to burn it up. You're going to feel it outside your glutes. 15 seconds to go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys ready to hit that plank one more time? Let's go. If you find you're sliding down a little, you can make that adjustment. There you go. You guys are holding perfect straight lines. You can see elbows are on the outside shoulder width, holding the hand together and making a nice, sturdy triangle grip. Ten seconds to go, keep holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do our side knee raise on the other side now. Go. Now you want to make sure we're keeping a neutral spine. So I'm going to press your spine down slightly for this one, Sarah. Perfect, right there. We're going to maintain that and we're shooting at 90 degrees. $20 seconds to go. Three, 2, 1. You can rest now. Okay guys, let's grab a pair of dumbbells for the next bunch of exercises. Okay guys, we're going to work some pike crunches with this one, but we're going to add a pullover into it. So I want you guys to watch me. So I'm going to start off, hands together out here, legs nice and straight. I'm going to pull straight up into a pike, meet in the middle, and finish here. You want to try and close and open at the same time. Your turn. Okay, let's get into those pikes, guys. Now, you can see Sarah's arms are straight and her legs are straight. Toes are pointy. Excellent. And you can see good range of movement, so she's stopping just before she touches the floor on either side. And the movement is all together, so you're closing and opening at the same time. It's a simultaneous movement. We're not throwing the order out. Perfect. So we've got a nice crunch right here, and we're opening right up on the other end. Now, if you're having some trouble doing this exercise with 2 dumbbells in your hand, you can always just grab one and work with one. Let's keep working. We've got 4 more reps. Last 2. Excellent job.
Okay guys, double knee strikes from a push-up position. I want you guys to watch. So I've gone hammer grip with my dumbbell, so I'm palm to palm. I'm gonna get up right here. There you go, that's a nice sturdy position. All I'm gonna do from here is I'm gonna strike down the middle, strike to the side, and stop there. So abs, obliques, and stop. One last one. Your turn. Okay, let's get into it, guys. Go. So you guys can see soft, straight arms, palm to palm, nice and parallel. Make sure you're protecting your wrist. Try and keep your wrist as straight as you can keep it. And two knees, one right down the middle, straight down the pipe, and the other one to the side, outside of your triceps. Good, let's keep them going. You want to try and keep the same pace all the way through. It's getting harder now. Let's keep going. We've got around 15 seconds left. So you can really start to feel it in your triceps. The core is completely active the whole time as well. It's a fantastic functional exercise. One last rep. And you're done. Pullover crunches for this next exercise, guys. We're going to work a pullover and we're going to add a crunch to it. I want you guys to watch me. So from here, hammer position, I'm pressing the dumbbells together. I'm going to push right up and I'm going to add a crunch at the end, just there. I'm going to stop there and work my way back. I'm going to stop before my dumbbell touches the floor. Soft, straight arms the whole time. Your turn. Okay, Christina, let's get into it. Good, so you guys can see really nice, smooth movement, crunch added at the end. The lower back staying on the floor, so we're not turning it into a sit-up, we're keeping it as a crunch. Now I'm going to show you guys a variation. So if you're having difficulty holding two dumbbells together, you can grab the one dumbbell and you can grab side to side like that. That's another way of doing it. So if you're having difficulty with it, drop one of your dumbbells and just use the one. Let's keep working through those. And you can see Christina's adding a pause at the end, so that's going to just add a little bit more juice to that crunch. If you can do that, that'll be ideal. Perfect. Nice range of motion. We're going all the way to the top and we're stopping just before we touch the ground. One last repetition, Christina, and you're done. Okay, we're going to work a hips raise for this one. So watch, I'm going to get my dumbbells and I'm going to put them on my stomach this time, okay? Now, my feet are parallel and they're shoulder width. And from here, I'm just going to lift straight up. I'm going to get to this point where I've got a straight line between my knee and my shoulder. And then I'm going to drop back down, rest, and lift again. Really squeezing my glutes and really squeezing my hamstring as well. Your turn. Okay, let's go, Christina. Perfect. So you guys can see the dumbbells are sitting on Christina's stomach. So elbows are not touching the floor, so we're keeping those off. And basically what this is doing is this is just creating some additional resistance for your hips raise. Now, if you're having some difficulty with this move, you can actually lose your dumbbells. Just drop them to the side if you have to. If not, there are quite a few advantages in doing it this way. One is that you've got that additional amount of weight on your stomach and you've got no assistance from your arms, so you're purely relying on your shoulder blades and your feet holding you up. This is a more difficult way of doing this exercise, but it's a really good, really effective way of doing it. So let's keep working. Let's go for 2 more reps, Christina. One last one. We want to make sure we hit that straight line every time and relax. Perfect. Let's everybody repeat the last 4 exercises. Okay, let's get into those pikes, guys. Now you can see Sarah's arms are straight and her legs are straight, toes are pointy. Excellent. And you can see good range of movement. So she's stopping just before she touches the floor on either side. And the movement is all together, so you're closing and opening at the same time. It's a simultaneous movement. We're not throwing the order out. Perfect. So we've got a nice crunch right here, and we're opening right up on the other end. Now, if you're having some trouble doing this exercise with 2 dumbbells in your hand, you can always just grab one and work with one. Let's keep working. We've got 4 more reps. Last 2. Excellent job. Okay, let's get into it, guys. Go. So you guys can see soft, straight arms, palm to palm, nice and parallel. Make sure you're protecting your wrist. Try and keep your wrist as straight as you can keep it. And 2 knees, one right down the middle, straight down the pipe, and the other one to the side, outside of your triceps. Good, let's keep them going. You want to try and keep the same pace all the way through. It's getting harder now. Let's keep going. We've got around 15 seconds left. So you can really start to feel it in your triceps. The core is completely active the whole time as well. It's a fantastic functional exercise. One last rep. And you're done. Okay, Christina, let's get into it. Good, so you guys can see really nice, smooth movement, crunch added at the end. The lower back staying on the floor, so we're not turning it into a sit-up, we're keeping it as a crunch. I'm going to show you guys a variation. So if you're having difficulty holding 2 dumbbells together, you can grab the 1 dumbbell and you can grab side to side like that. That's another way of doing it. So if you're having difficulty with it, drop one of your dumbbells and just use the 1. Let's keep working through those. And you can see Christina's adding a pause at the end, so that's going to just add a little bit more juice to that crunch. If you can do that, that'll be ideal. Perfect. Nice range of motion. We're going all the way to the top and we're stopping just before we touch the ground. One last repetition, Christina, and you're done. Okay, let's go, Christina. Perfect. So you guys can see the dumbbells are sitting on Christina's stomach. Her elbows are not touching the floor, so we're keeping those off. And basically what this is doing is this is just creating some additional resistance for your hips raised. Now, if you're having some difficulty with this move, you can actually lose your dumbbells. Just drop them to the side if you have to. If not, there are quite a few advantages in doing it this way. One is that you've got that additional amount of weight on your stomach, and you've got no assistance from your arms, so you're purely relying on your shoulder blades and your feet holding you up. This is a more difficult way of doing this exercise, but it's a really good, really effective way of doing it. So let's keep working. Let's go for 2 more reps, Christina. One last one. We want to make sure we hit that straight line every time. And relax. Perfect. Let's everybody repeat the last 2 exercises. Okay, Christina, let's get into it. Good, so you guys can see really nice, smooth movement, crunch added at the end. The lower back staying on the floor, so we're not turning it into a sit-up, we're keeping it as a crunch. I'm going to show you guys a variation. So if you're having difficulty holding 2 dumbbells together, you can grab the 1 dumbbell and you can grab side to side like that. That's another way of doing it. So if you're having difficulty with it, drop one of your dumbbells and just use the 1. Let's keep working through those. And you can see Christina's adding a pause at the end, so that's going to just add a little bit more juice to that crunch. If you can do that, that'll be ideal. Perfect. Nice range of motion. We're going all the way to the top and we're stopping just before we touch the ground. One last repetition, Christina, and you're done. Okay, let's go, Christina. Perfect. So you guys can see the dumbbells are sitting on Christina's stomach. Her elbows are not touching the floor, so we're keeping those off. And basically what this is doing is this is just creating some additional resistance for your hips raised. Now, if you're having some difficulty with this move, you can actually lose your dumbbells. Just drop them to the side if you have to. If not, there are quite a few advantages in doing it this way. One is that you've got that additional amount of weight on your stomach, and you've got no assistance from your arms, so you're purely relying on your shoulder blades and your feet holding you up. This is a more difficult way of doing this exercise, but it's a really good, really effective way of doing it. So let's keep working. Let's go for 2 more reps, Christina. One last one. We want to make sure we hit that straight line every time. And relax. Perfect. Well done for getting through today's class, guys. I want you to turn your attention to your in-house instructor for stretching and cool down.